Sarah Richardson. Cheerleader for the divine. Look. So hard. Woo! You are so worth it. Life is supposed to be good for me. But it hurts so bad sometimes, don't it, man? Fuck. Woo! Life is supposed to be good for you. And me. It's supposed to be good, guys. Shout out to my people who are in here doing this internal work. Thank you, Ian. Listening to Smile. Thank you, Evan Lampkin. Oh, this voice. Listen to this. You are so worth it. Hello, beautiful. Life is supposed to be good for you. Hello, hello, hello. Shout out to all my energy, frequency, vibrational people. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, lovely. Shout out to all my twin flames. I think we all are that, right? I think we all are that. That's deep. Woo! Always gives me chills. I know. I love my life. I'm so thankful for my life. I'm so thankful for Ian Morris and Evan Lampkin. Do you know how long I've been listening to this? And I feel it so deep in my soul, in my vibration. I just feel it and just goes through me. Hello, love. It's 11:11, guys. No matter who the fuck you are, you feel this. No matter what you've been through, you feel this. Some of you guys recognize it, and I'm thankful. The power within you. Some of you know that there is something within you. You might not be able to see it. You might not have any proof. You just feel this feeling, right? And it feels crazy. That's it. That's it. Yes. We're missing the magnificent twin flame in this realm right now. We're not missing anything. Nothing's missing. Nobody's missing. Everything's perfect. It's crazy. It's perfect. I'm so thankful for you too, Alicia. I've been crying a lot, so I'm thankful to you, like, in my heart. You know, you help me. We're masculine and feminine, and we're traumatized, and we're learning, right? And we have these certain people, and they give us these certain things, and they're amazing. And then sometimes that person will leave your life, and that feels devastating. But at the same time, the whole thing is this crazy, beautiful creation. This is what we're in right now. It's just this crazy, beautiful creation. And it's up to us to make what we want to make out of it. I love you. I love you. We are all here together. We are never alone. I love you. If you're feeling this, if you're feeling, you see the chaos, you feel the love, you're not sure where it's headed, I love you. It's not supposed to be this, like, perfect ride. We're not going to get to this place of, like, the mountain of everything is everything, right? It's the ride. It's everywhere you are. It's right there. I love you. I love you. You know what I love about people? I love the people that recognize the power within themselves, even if it's just like a little bit. Even if you only recognize a little bit of the change that you make in this world, right? That's amazing. Thank you. Because then you help others to do that. Little by little, we're all doing this. The more we believe in ourselves, the more we change the vibration. The more we change the vibration of others. You don't even have to know about vibration. I'm telling you, it happens. It ripples out. I've been patiently waiting for this. No choice today, just vibing up and down. Yeah. 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 You know, when you recognize the power within you, you help others. Thank you. Thank you. Because even if you don't feel like you're certified enough or verified enough or amplified enough or whatever, your ripple makes a difference out here in all this crazy. So your little teeny tiny good in all this crazy does make a difference. And I know when all this stuff is coming in, it's hard to think that anything that you could do could possibly make a difference, but it does. And the difference that we're making is the difference of living a life that we desire, and our hearts are doing what the fuck they told us we were supposed to do. You know, the people that are going through and feeling their stuff and helping others, their aura's different. They glow different. It's like a passion so lit. Like they might not even be getting paid for it. And they're lit. They're just lit up. They have more energy than they've ever felt. That's the flow. That's the flow that you have inside of you. And what happens is it just gets blocked up. It's like a blocked pipe, right? But then the blocked pipe can turn into the busted pipe, and then the busted pipe can show out like a disease in your body, and then everything can seem so busted, but you can still pick it up. You can still pick it up from busted all over the place. You can always start fresh. You can always start new. You never fell off too long. It's every chance. Every breath is a chance. Every time, right? You know, every single one of us is so unique. Thank you. Thank you for the special little gifts that you drop along the way of your life, right? It's the stuff that nobody sees. The stuff that is the realest thing is the stuff that nobody really sees, right? Shout out to all my people that are trying to communicate better in their lives, in their now moments, with the things that they run into and the things that they have to face every single day in themselves. Because you know what, guys? That's a lot. A lot of people don't even communicate half the things that they need to communicate in their lives, because for our whole entire lives, we were just taught to shush up. Shush up. Thank you for my people trying to feel better. Coming from a place that hurts to want to feel better, that's action. You know, if you're in a place that hurts and you want to feel better, ask out. Ask out and say, hey, I'm in a place that hurts. What can I do to start feeling better? And you will get inspirations. It comes from the inside of you, right? They taught us to look outside of us. It's inside of us. And it's weird. And it's not the normal. But I'm telling you, it's inside of you. It's your internal vibration that matters. It's the frequency that you ripple out into the universe and the things that come back to you and what you're supposed to do with that and how you're supposed to do that, right? You know, I know that you just can't see it yet sometimes, and that's the beauty of it, is like, you know, it's kind of like ever changing and ever moving, and you have to be so flexible because, you know, as you go through things and as things lay on top of you, then you get under them, then you start to see things differently. And maybe some things that were nevers are possibilities, and some things that are possibilities are nevers. You know, you never know what's going to happen in that. Believe in you. Believe in you. Believe that these feelings that you have in your heart of this life, of this work, of this passion that is coming through you, even though maybe to the outside it doesn't make any kind of physical sense, but it just fires you up, right? Because sometimes in your life you can just clear out your own self if you can just go to the root of you, get you turned back on and fire that back up through your energy. But a lot of people don't know what I mean when I say that. And I love you all, but I'm telling you, a morsel of faith in your own self creates ripples in your life like you would never believe. You know, like you feel like this thing, right? In you, like, you know, I felt with Always Think Up, I was like, I just like felt this thing. Didn't make any sense. I couldn't see now. I couldn't see having an Always Think Up shirt when Always Think Up happened. And I couldn't see how my Always Think Up shirt would be made when it did happen. That's the things that I mean. Like, we are supposed to have good lives. We are supposed to have good things. We are supposed to feel good inside. We are supposed to know that we create our lives. We are supposed to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves, right? You're not alone, guys, and you're safe. You're not alone and you're safe. There's so much chaos going on in the planet right now. I'm telling you, there is some greatness going on out here too. And I know that the news and the people and everything is meant to come at you and distract you and make you look away from what's really good and what's really happening that's really good. There are a lot of people right now falling in love with themselves. I talk to a lot of people. I'm thankful. There are a lot of people out here falling in love with themselves the ways they need to fall in love with themselves. And that is a beautiful thing. It's hard falling in love with yourself. It's hard learning about the relationship with inside of yourself. And then how that affects everybody else, right? And so I love you. I love you. We are all connected, whether you like me or not. We're like connected by the umbilical cord. And I love you. And sometimes I trip and sometimes I snap and sometimes I human. But I am divine and you are divine and human as well. And it's not any kind of judgment or level or anything. It is about how do you feel about the power inside of you? How do you feel when I say life is supposed to be good for you? Life is supposed to be good for you. Good for everybody is a different thing. Good for where they think they need to be is a different place. And it's not up to us to tell someone the place that they're supposed to be in. We can only meet them where they are in their place, right? And then if you move together, you move together. If you don't, you don't. If one drops down and one drops up, I mean, that just happens, right? It's energy, frequency, vibration. You know, one thing I'm thankful of in the chaos that's going on out here, it got everyone's internal inspiration shook up, right? And so where some people were kind of like stuck in things that they didn't love, those things kind of fell off. And yes, that feels like a death. That feels like, that's a physical death, a spiritual death, a mental death, an old way of thinking, the death of all of that, right? And that doesn't feel good, but then you heal up from that. And then you get inspired from that. And then that creates this fire inside of you, right? It's like you want to be a person that helps in this thing that hurt you and gave you your fire, right? You know, guys, it's really fear and love out here. And the fear runs deep and the love runs deep. And a lot of people don't realize how powerful they are. And so they're just running on this autopilot and they don't know anything more. You don't know unless you know, right? You don't know unless you know. And that's not our fault. That's not our fault. We can wish them love and we can just love them and keep going and doing the things that we need to do. We don't have to be so mean and mad. But when we're so mean and so mad, we need to look at ourselves and figure out, why am I so mean and so mad about this? What about this? What makes me give a fuck about this? And where is that in me? And how do I feel that all the way through till I free myself from it? You are magical. You are manifestastical, right? You create your life. Your feelings inside of you mean every single thing. Your feelings mean everything. That's another thing that they taught us. You know, it doesn't matter what you feel. Just do A, B, C, D, E, whatever, right? And my whole life I was like, something just doesn't feel right, right? But because I was taught to cut that out and be logical, right? A lot of times in my life, things were crisscrossing and I was going against myself in those times. And like, yeah, there were other people involved, but it was my problem. It was my fault. It was my thing. All the way up to this very, last thing that I went through. And it was a lesson of like that. It was a lesson of my feelings and my deeply rooted belief systems and what I thought I was supposed to do to be the perfect whatever, right? And it was all these things that I made up, and I had to learn a lesson from it, right? And so the lesson has to hit at a wild spot, and it hit at a really wild spot. And I wanted to blame someone else. I wanted to. But I wouldn't even let my own self blame anybody else for this, because it was me. It was me that made myself do that. I felt it in me. I didn't trust that in me. I was thinking, okay, logically, A, B, C, D, E. The feeling was off. It seemed like it was right. I don't know. I'm like doubting and questioning and testing myself, right? And I lost big. And I lost big, huge, right? And I fought a little bit about it. And then I just came back around to like, Sarah, when are you going to stop doing that? When are you going to stop bringing that energy into your life? You know, when are you going to be the one that says, look, next time I feel something is like a little bit off, I ain't fucking with you. Damn. It's hard out here on a pimp. I love you guys. Your feelings mean everything to me. How you feel about what's going on in your life means every single thing to me in my heart, right? I love your gut, sis. I love you too. It takes a special type of person to open up and get vulnerable about how they really feel inside of them, because most people don't say because they don't want to hurt so-and-so, and they don't say because they don't want to hurt so-and-so, and all that shit that you come with sometimes. And you know, my whole life I would have like these people that love me, and then all of a sudden like they don't, and it was like always after I said a deep truth, because I've been speaking a lot of truth since I was very young in my life, and I didn't know where that came from. It came from inside of me. I wasn't like sure of it, and I had a lot to learn, but I'm here to tell you guys that all is not what it looks like in these eyes. You know, when you look at this life and you try to, you know, piece all the bad things that are going on and make it look logical that life isn't supposed to look good for you, you can do that. Like, you can put on your own glasses and you can think like, fuck, life is going to be terrible for me because that's just the piece of the pie that they gave me. No, fuck that. Fuck that. You are like a ever-changing, transmuting, whatever pie you want every single minute of every single day. Powerful. You are a powerful creator. You are creating your experience. You are creating your communities. You are creating your kids. You are creating your ideas. You're creating all of this by your feelings. Your feelings are power. You don't realize that your feelings are power until you learn about your feelings. A lot of us have been trained to walk around here and ignore our feelings for things and do what seems to be right. And that's not always right. When you learn how to feel yourself, you will know. When you learn how to feel the pure energy that goes through you, you will know. And that's why I am Sarah, right? And that's why I practice sacred sex. And that's why I teach about sacred sex. And that's why I talk about sacred sex everywhere I go. Because one of the fastest ways to get in touch with the God in you, the power that is within you, is to not have sex for 30 days. If you don't have sex for 30 days, you will fully 100% feel the power in you. If you're a woman, message me. I'll teach you how to clear out some stuff because you want to clear. Women hold sexual energy for a lifetime. And they say that men don't, but I'm not really sure of that because everybody is masculine and feminine. So I believe there's a piece of a man that stays connected with every single person that they've ever slept with too. And if you guys know anything like I know about the times and what we're running in, people are out here fucking everywhere. And so nobody is really in tune with the actual power that is within them. And that shit makes me crazy sometimes. I love your guts too. I got kicked off shit. I don't know. It's 11:11. And I'm teaching people that you are a powerhouse. Life is supposed to be good for you. You are supposed to have a good life, right? But it's work. It takes a lot of work. You create your life, you know, and what happens in that is, you know, this feelings work is like, you know, you create your life. If you come here, if you watch me, if we talk, you know, you create your life, right? But like the whole thing with a lot of us is that you just can't see where you keep fucking up, right? It's like these things keep happening, you keep fucking up, but like for some reason you can see all these other things so much, but like this one thing that you can't see where you keep fucking up, that, you know, that's like, it's like a blind spot or something. Like if you could try to put words to it, it's like it's in you and you can't really see where you keep doing this. There are no mistakes. There are no mistakes because the things that you can't see that you're doing, that you're trying to become aware of, that you're doing, that there's a process of becoming aware of these things. There's a process of getting to know these things. There's you're like training yourself to get to know yourself. You know, there's a lot of people out here that are screaming love, love, love. And then the minute things don't go their way, or the minute that somebody is different than what they said, or the minute that somebody makes them angry, they're just shut off from that, right? And, you know, that's not a neutral place. That's a trigger. That's something that triggered you to become a better version of yourself. And I love you. Them things suck sometimes. Shared a watch party in my group. I don't know if you could see my comments, but I was listening. I did it, but I love you. I love you. Thank you for sharing. Guys, inside of us all is a feminine and masculine energy, and it's ripping through you, right? And so what's going on is in the feminine and in the masculine, we are carrying down energy from an ancestral lineage that is fucking furious. The masculine and the feminine within you is furious with all that was and all that is, and why can't I get it, and why can't I see it, and why can't I fix it, and I just want to feel peace, right? And that's all. When I talk to a lot of people, whatever is flaring up or going on in their life, what they want to know is they all just want to feel peace. And to everybody, peace can look very different, and I love you all, right? And so in these feminine and masculine energies, what happens is sometimes you get blockages. And so that's where like you build up so much energy and so much energy around something to protect it, right? Because that's what your body automatically does. Like if you get into like a fear response, you know, there are automatically things that go up to like protect you from things, right? But what we don't realize is it gets clogged off. And so, you know, the clogged energy pipes, like I said earlier, they create disease in your physical body. And so then your wrists will start hurting, and your neck will start hurting, and your hips will start hurting, and your feet will be hurting, and all these things in your body will be hurting. And that's clogged energy, you know. And I know that it's hard because you can't see energy, right? You can't see your energy is clogged, right? But you will sure feel it whenever you can't walk. You will feel it whenever you can't eat. You will feel it whenever you have a pain in your chest or your head. We need to release these things, guys. We need to release these thousands and thousands of years of hurt, right? Trauma. It was deep. It was dark energy, right? And all of that dark energy mixed in with the light energy, and it makes for the whole of greatness. But like what we're healing from our lineage, it's hurt, it's pain, it's sadness, it's fear of lack, not enough, right? You are powerful whether you know it or not. If you, even the people that feel the weakest are so powerful within inside of themselves, right? We're all on a new adventure. You know, this coronavirus, this all this stuff that has gone on, the way the world flipped. I mean, come on, you know, you felt it. It affected every single person out here. Everybody. Life has been very different for many of us for a long time. But I truly, with every fiber of my being, believe that it's for the highest and greatest good for all. I truly believe with every single thing in me that it is to push everybody to their very best selves. And when you're being pushed to your best self, that doesn't always feel so great. That doesn't always feel so inviting. That doesn't always feel so beautiful. That doesn't always feel so amazing, right? It's the doo-doo. That's the doo-doo that I talk about, right? It's not all everything. There will be some doo-doo on your self-love journey. The more involved that you become with your emotions, the better you form your relationship with your own emotions, the more you're going to be able to see clear, right? So everything in every study that I've ever I'm a research nerd, right? And so your feelings are directly related to your mental, and everybody, I worked in mental health. I've done a lot of work in mental health, and mental health is feelings trapped. Feelings trapped is ancestral. It's not like this personal vendetta. It's trapped emotions. That is what it is. It's deep trapped emotions that sometimes don't even make any sense. And we're learning to go inside of ourselves and trust what's in there. And it's not all the time what you would expect. Everybody's out here saying God and what God is and everything else, and it's in you. And nobody can say like, yeah, that's it. You reached the motherboard. It's in you. You have to know in you that you reached the motherboard in you. And then when the motherboard teaches you something new, you're like, whoa, I got to another level of the motherboard within me. Yes, it's you and you on your planet. It's you and you on your planet. You are God. I have to fill up my coffee. You are God, guys. I'm telling you, man. Like, I created this. I created this all. I created my work. I created my healing. I created my body. I created my friends. I created my way. I created my day. Yes, motherboard. LOL. Yes. Everybody wants something. Everybody out here wants something. I love you. Everybody out here wants something. Life is supposed to be good for you. You're supposed to want something. Something. It doesn't matter what that something is, right? Everybody wants a change somewhere. What you went through in your life, what you did, what shook you up, what happened to you, or whatever made you want to make a change somewhere. My neck was in so much pain the other day. I put my hand on my neck and just asked, what are you telling me? Then I just cried and cried. My neck pain subsided. It's truly amazing how our body communicates with you. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, Betty. I love you, Betty. I love you. Thank you. That right there, if that doesn't give you passion in your life, that it's really you. Like, it's really you. All the power is within you. All the ideas are within you. All the money is within you. All the good sex is within you. All the fire conversations are within you. The healing is within you. Every single thing is within you. The help is within you. Every single piece is inside of you. That's amazing. That's amazing, guys, because I've spent like $100,000 in education so far. Holler if you hear me. Cheers. Fuck. I spent like $100,000 to prove to myself that I'm God. And that I have a choice every day if I want to get up and put my God suit on or just say fuck it. And that's up to me. And it don't matter what anybody else fucking thinks about you and how you rock your God suit. This is soul work. So, I said in the beginning of my video, shout out to my twin flames, right? There's 11 people on here. It's 11. I fucking love you guys. Yes. Holla. Yes. See my shirts? Thank you, Cuddy. I have to show you. Dripping Designs. Always think up. That's what it is. You know, when you get in your God suit, that's when you start to balance the masculine and feminine within you. Same. Preach. Cost me $80,000. Fuck. Cheers, Kelly. I love you. You know, and all I'm going to say in that is trust the way you feel inside of you, right? Because you do need to take action. You don't need to prove it to anyone but yourself. And that's a balance that you have to find. You have to set boundaries in this sometimes. You have to get really real with yourself sometimes and say, okay, this, and this isn't working out for me. Let's do something. And what I soul learned was free. My soul education has been given to me. I love you, Cynthia, because a lot of my soul learning too has been like free, or I had to learn about like investment in self and a lot of it, right? But like most of it was just like freely given to me too. I get it, you know. A lot of the things that I paid for, you know, that was just me trying to prove it to my human self. So I was doing like extra action, right? So I was like action, like on top of action, doing too much. Like I talked to my friend last night and he's like, Sarah, you sound exhausted. When True leaves, I want you to rest up. You're doing too much. And I was like, I know. I love you. I love you back. Hey, Sabrina. Hey, Autumn. Hey, Mom. I've been asking my heart and body lots. What is this? Yes. Yes. And I'm telling you, man, like, you know, like Betty just said, you know, I worked with Betty for a long time. I love her. And I love that she just can do that now. Like you get answers from your own self. Like you go into yourself and you ask yourself something and then you get an answer and then you get a choice to believe it or not. James told me to chill after this video. I love you, James. I love you, James. The body talks and meditation helps. Amen. Amen. It sure does. You know, you do need to take action. I'm over here making up words, right? You do need to take action for your desires. You know what I mean? Like, so I like to feel better. I've been working on my gut health. There are all these things that I'm trying to do with my body, my mind, my body, my spirit. There's all these like different things, right? So, you know, from small to huge, no matter, you know, I could be doing all kind of really big things. But one thing that I am doing is taking sea moss and focusing on something physical every day in my life, right? So, you know, your action is something that you send out to the universe. Whether you take action in your mind, whether you take action in your voice, whether you take action in your heart, whether you take action in your root, whether you take action in your feelings, whether you take action in your connection, right? It's all about taking some kind of action somewhere in your life for yourself. You know, you can come in this place at every different place. There's no like right day to start. Loving yourself. If you're waiting for the right day to start, right now is the right day to start. Cheers. Love yourself. I love it. Let me know when your anniversary is. I want to know. I want to know. You have to be the change you wish to see out here, guys. You have to be the change you wish to see. When things are happening in your life, they're happening for you. I know a lot of times we want to tell people and we want people to care about it and things like that, but it's you. It's for you to care about. It's for you to have compassion for. I took action right before this and got for a job and I feel so good and excited about it. Oh, yes. I'm sending so much love on that. Cheers to you, girl. I'm so excited. I've been crying my fucking head off, guys. Yes, I get you. I've taken so much action. It cost me financially a lot, but learning from soul friends has been more beneficial to my life. All lessons worthy, whether they cost money or not, I guess. Love you too. Happy 11/11. Yeah. I love you, man. You know, I love you. And, you know, people think I don't go through things. Like, I do go through things. You know what I mean? I just lost $4,000. I love you guys. And because of soul work and because of learning to go into myself and because of the network that I've created and because of my little bit of faith in myself and because of the little bit of action that I took in little bitty places, I'm okay. Like, I'm okay. There are worse things that could happen. There was a giant lesson that I learned in this, right? A lot of times when you're being the change that you wish to see, that's lonely. It gets exhausting. It gets, you get to questioning yourself. Why am I even doing this? Why do I even care? Why can't I just go back to before when I didn't even care? It was so much easier then. Everything was so much easier when I didn't know, right? And so, like, basically, thank you for working on it, however you're working on it, right? So however you're working on yourself and however you're working on loving yourself and whatever you're noticing that's off in your life and your patterns and your stuff, I love you guys. And I think somebody said something about that I didn't read. Patterns, ripples, they're all connected. It's time to sit in the uncomfortableness. Yeah, and that's what we're doing. Cheers indeed and loving ourselves. We're sitting in a lot of uncomfortableness, these past few days leading up to this portal. A lot of stuff's been happening, and I used to be a really like big tough girl and like be holding everything in, and like I've been just crying, and in the crying learning how to go inside of myself and apologize to my own self for the feelings that I held on to for so long that kept creating these things in my life and making them appear to be real. And they were my creation, right? Cheers indeed to loving ourselves. I keep thinking like that too. Like, it's better back then. A lot of people are thinking that, Kelly, and I give you so much love because, expanding is uncomfortable. Like Betty said, in the uncomfortableness, when you're in the uncomfortableness, it's hard to sit in that uncomfortableness. It feels like you're drowning in that uncomfortableness. It feels like you can't breathe. It feels like you're hot. It feels like you don't want to go back to that place again. And, you're mad at yourself for not being aware sooner sometimes. And so, the apologizing that you need to do to self and then re-nurturing that you need to do in self takes a lot of time. But it wasn't. It was complacent. Yeah, it sure was complacent. It sure was. You get what you give, guys. You seriously are God. Like, I know, a lot of people along my journey have not liked me because I say that, right? But you really are. And like all the other fear or whatever they put around that to make you feel like your power and your love and your passions and how you feel inside doesn't matter. That was everything to turn you away from this power. Transforming and expanding is uncomfortable. Growing pains, like actual growing pains. Your vibration means everything. And then trusting that takes work. Learning to work with the power within you takes work. It takes a lot of self-care. It takes a lot of pushing everybody out that you love and just focusing on your own self. No, ye not thee, ye are gods. We are. And it's not the way that everyone showed you. It's unique to you. How it rips through you and how it rips out here. And how it heals and the process and the layers for you, right? But keep the love for yourself and feeling everything is part of trusting self and others. Yes, and everything starts with self. Loving yourself goes so deep. Nurturing yourself, mind, body, and spirit. Mind, body, and spirit, you are it. Getting that to all merge together to where it all feels comfortable, that is work. You are God. Masculine and feminine. Anger that wants to be loved, that's gonna, you're gonna transmute this all that is within you for all that is. And some people give up, and it's all love. Diamonds don't just happen. It takes fire and pain to become what we are meant to be, a precious gem. It's a process. I love you. It's such a giant process, and you are so worth it. Life is supposed to be good. You must take action in your life for your soul. That's what this is pushing you to. It's pushing you to your soul. Your soul is joy, happiness, and peace. Your soul is the passions that are within you. You have to stretch it. You have to train it. You have to get flexible with it. What do you believe? What do you believe in? Take action and stand in that and go for that and think about that and speak about that and, make ripples about that and write about that and dream about that and get to the root about that. Take action and stand in that. Sometimes you have to let go of everything to renew. And I have gone through that and gone through that and gone through that and I have lost everything. I can't even tell you how many times in my life. And that fucking hurts. Letting go of everything to start fresh, that hurts. It's like your favorite people, your favorite places, your favorite foods, your favorite habits, your favorite spaces, right? But all the things that I had to let go of helped me to go inside myself more, right? Meditating, I always thought I was never meditating, and here I've been doing it all along. It's inside of you. It's your visions inside of you. It's where you can go inside of you. It's how you feel inside of you. It's what you're stuck to inside of you. It's what you're connected to inside of you. It's deep. Some of these things that we work on, they take a lot of time and it requires a lot of patience and, endurance, right? And then some of these things are like super speed and just like you didn't even blink and you had to make a choice, right? On God, we are. On God, we are God. Oh my God. I call it, chuck it in the fuck it bucket. My mom and grandma taught me that. Such a good message today. I love you, man. This is Evan again. I love Evan. I love you. Thank you. I get divinely inspired to do these messages, These messages are divinely written. And I talk about the doo-doo a lot with the divine. The doo-doo and the divine. It's all the same. It's all love. And the doo-doo happens for us to get to the divine. And I love you. Divine things are happening. Life is supposed to be good for you. But it's up to you. It's up to me. It's up to you. I'm cheering you on. Divine things are happening around all this chaos. And the chaos is the creation of the anger. And so we have to feel into the anger and we have to nurture the anger. And each of us has a really special, unique way that we're supposed to do it and way that we're supposed to express it and way that we're supposed to live it. And that's a wonderful thing. And honoring people on their journey and on their path and giving thanks for meeting them and meshing with them and colliding with them and getting the experiences you have with them. All we have is right now. I lost a lot of people. A lot of really divine people. That if you would look at them from the outside appearance or the way they live their lives or what they could pay for or things like that, you would never think that they're divine. But they were. Magical in magical ways that the human eye can't really see. I see souls. And they're not here on the physical, right? But they're somewhere else. And I know that they're all working together. And I know that it seems really crazy. And I know that there's so much chaos. And I know that there are so many distractions from how great and powerful that you are out here in this world. Like you are fucking God. And you're so distracted from that. And I know. And I was. And I'm here. And I'm stepping in. And it's big. Big work for all of us. We're doing it, guys. Good job. Yes, we are. We really are. And it's confusing. And it doesn't make sense. And people come and people go and things change and they flip-flop around and then they come right back. And sometimes they don't, right? Inner work feels like you're drowning. But then you feel that and you feel that and you feel that and you let yourself feel that and you nurture that and you honor that and you love that and you respect it. And all of a sudden you like pop out into this like peace, this flow, this surrender, this deepest trust in self, this honoring of it is okay for you to feel happy and sad and reminded and overwhelmed and a little bit insecure and a little bit unsure, but you really, really know, right? And all these things are happening at the same time, and that's okay, right? But it's 11:11. You know, we get to choose the thoughts that we think. We get to grab a hold of a thought string of something that we want in our lives, and we get to create that by the way that we feel inside. And you can do whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want to do. And if you're living life lit, I cheer you on. When you're in the doo-doo, I come in like, get you out of the doo-doo. That's my job. I'm a master builder here, you know, and it's funny because my stepdad is a master builder, master stone mason, but I'm a master builder in energy. You know, and sometimes in the master build process, you have to knock down the whole structure from before, and you have to rebuild it. I love you. We can do this. We are here to share our magic. We are absolutely here to share our magic. And I don't know what about today, but everything feels different for me. Everything came into like the finest point of like, we really are powerful. And it's up to us to take this from this now moment and create what we want to create with it and do what we need to do to get to that place. Surrender, you know, is the deepest trust in self. Did you just do the elbow thing? Yeah, I saw the funniest video yesterday. Sorry that made me laugh. I'm laughing and crying and praising and rejoicing with you. Yes, that's what I mean. And yes, I did do the elephant or the elbow bump. Yes. Because sometimes whenever you're in the doo-doo, that is my job. I have to, you know, check you a little bit like a hockey player. Like maybe I'm like an energetic hockey player a little bit. I don't even mean to. You know, freedom is a state of mind. Freedom is a state of mind. You know, sometimes I talk to people that look so free and they feel so restricted. And sometimes I look at people that look so restricted and they feel so free. It's crazy. Freedom is a state of mind. Ha ha. Bah, bah, bah. That thing into your cabinet is amazing. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know. It's some star. Thank you. We have work to do, guys. We have self-work to do. You know, if you feel like in any way that your life isn't good, if you feel like life isn't good to you in any area of your life, you have work to do. Life is supposed to be good for us all, but it's up to us. You're supposed to be turned on. You're supposed to be turned on, and most are hurting. And the hurt will cause you to shut off. And the shut off will cause you to just keep dimming out and losing hope, right? No judgment. It's just facts. You know, every single one of us is connected. I've had a lot of people say to me lately, like, you know, in their little like rage, like, oh, we're not all connected. Okay, no, you're in a bitch fit. Bitch. We're all connected. Both at the same time. It's a weird place to be. Yeah, it is. You know, we were told that if you feel happy and sad in like the same time, that you need medicine. No, man, these feelings run deep. Sometimes you can feel happy and sad and pissed and glad and free and trapped and, you know, all these things. Does anybody want a card? I got 11 people and it's the portal and I'm trying to move some energy out here. I'm trying to get shit going. You guys are the creator of your experience. What do you want? Does anybody want a card? I got my Abraham Hicks cards. And then Spirit always gives me something. It's going down in the name of love. It's a 3, Leash. The law of attraction assembles all cooperative relationships. But see this right here? That's all you, dog. Like, that's everything is you. It's you and you on your planet. You create all this, right? They talk about the vortex of becoming, a vortex that contains all of the requests, all of the amended requests, each and every detail of each and every asking that is emanated from you. The law of attraction is responding to you. The vortex is literally drawing in all things necessary for the completion of every request it contains. All cooperative components are being summoned and are coming for the completion of these creations, for the answering of these questions, and for the solution to these problems. And that's the thing. You know, you create it all inside of you. When you're ready to learn, you create the teacher. When you're ready to share, you create the friend. When you're ready to love, you create the moment. You know, it's going, and it's going for you. And I'm so excited for you, girl. You fucking deserve it. Please, Alyssa, I do. I got you, boo. These are dope. I love these cards. Today I've been real thankful. I've been real thankful all day. My connections, my people, my signs, my connection, my self-love. Alyssa, you know I'm not doing all this. I'm taking that one. It's a heart space stuff, at least I can tell you that. Why do I want the relationships that I want? Think about what you want in relationships and the way you want it. Look for those around you who are experiencing good relationships and feel appreciation for them. Make lists of the positive aspects of those good feeling relationships you have spent time with. In fact, one of the fastest ways to make your way to a wonderful relationship is to find any subject that consistently feels good, even if it has nothing to do with the relationship, and focus on that. And I love that because I know you personally, and you know that you're working out relationships in your life. And I really do love that because it's like sometimes what happens is we want something to work out so bad and we keep putting energy on it and like, I'm the creator. I should be creating this. This should be better. This should be whatever. And like we overdo it sometimes. And so sometimes just by, you know, something out, like something comes up, something you love, go do that. And then like that relationship will kind of like even out and that person will feel your energy and blah, blah, blah. I love you, Betty. Number 33, Betty. I can find harmony by feeling for improved thoughts. And that's it, guys. You know, when you're feeling out of whack in your life, right? It's up to us to choose better feeling thoughts. But we can't ignore that bad feeling. We can choose to deal with it then. We can choose to deal with it maybe a little bit later. But we can't ignore the bad feeling thought because that bad feeling is coming from somewhere. If we were contemplating on action that caused negative emotion, we would not proceed with the action until we had resolved the negative emotion. We would make sure we had become into alignment with Source before proceeding. By feeling for the improved thought in time, in usually a short time, you will feel the harmony of your source and you will know the appropriateness of your behavior. We would not look for the long list of right and wrong, but instead we would feel for the emotion of alignment with Source. And so, you know, it's easy for us to stay stuck in a mind frame that is going to say, that we don't deserve good things in life, right? But we have to feel for the better feeling vibration of that we do deserve the good things in life. I would love a card, please. Candy. I have a cousin named Candy. We call our house Candyland. I fucking love that. And it feels like it there too, like adult Candyland. A meditator's dream. Let me see. Let me clear these out. I don't think I did. I love you guys. I love this portal. Whew. I love where I've made it to. I love who's with me. I love who triggered me. I can't believe this shit. You know, it's like I always knew. I don't know, Candy. Come on, get it on. Oh, it hurt me. I can look for things I appreciate in relationships. And that's your third eye, right? And so this is a 46, it's a 10, right? And so sometimes I can look for things that I appreciate in relationships, you know, and the 10 being like the fold out number. You know, if you have past relationships that, you know, are finishing up and stuff like that, you know, a good way to move on, you know, yeah, you want to feel all that stuff, but you know, think of all the good things that you want to carry with you. Like, all wasn't lost. Like, there were these certain things that you want to carry with you to your future, which is why you had that relationship. You cannot get the relationship of your dreams when your chronic thoughts about relationships feel lonely or angry or worried or disappointed. But as you look for things you appreciate in yourself and others, you make lists of positive aspects of past and present relationships. You train your vibrational offering to match the vibration of your desires, and your perfect mate must then come. It's a law. And that's a lot of like solar plexus work. And if you're going to be, you know, solar plexus is the 528. So if you're going to be there, you know, it's always from the root up and then you get to there. It's big work. I love you. Betty, I love you. No such thing as bipolar. We're all multipolar. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. You know, a lot of that stuff is like, fuck. Such a crock of shit out here. Cynthia, I love a card, especially today. You got it, girl. Give me some love for Cynthia. I'm only taking one. My life is about my relationships. I think this is a big thing that everybody is learning. Like, your life is about every single relationship that you've ever had. You know, I was also the queen of like blocking out old relationships. And your life is every single part of that. You will never find yourself in a point in time where the subject of relationships is not an active part of your now experience. For everything you perceive or notice or know is because of your relationship with something else. Without a comparative experience, you would be unable to perceive or focus any kind of understanding within yourself. Therefore, it is accurate to say that without the relationships, you could not exist at all. And this is the yellow too, and so this is the 528, and the 528 is like, you know, a mix of like the yellow and the orange, where the womb space is, where we really are all connected, where we really are all one. I love you guys. Whoa, was that right on, girl? I love you. Thank you for this message, Sarah Richardson. I love you, ladies, but I gotta crash. I love you, Sabrina. Thank you. Resonates perfect. I love you. I don't know what you shared with me, but I love you. Betty, I love... Did I get your card? I'll give you one. Number 12. I can attract relationships that agree with my desires. All of them. Never gotta settle. Never gotta settle. Never gotta settle. People are not finding it difficult to find the mate of their dreams or the friends of their dreams because that person is not out there, but because of their own contradiction to their own desire and the thoughts they offer about the subject every day. When you consistently offer thoughts about your future relationship that feel good while you think them, that means you are consistently matching the desires that you have discovered as you have lived life. And under those conditions, only someone in agreement with your desires can come to you. So it's us. It's us. Every relationship, everybody that we bring into our lives, we create all of that. It's all you. Like, you always have to keep going back to you. Every single thing that shuffles and dealt to you out here in this world, it's you. It keeps bringing you back to you. It's for you. These cards are dope, sis. I know I love these cards. Glad to see you. Haven't seen you in a minute. I love you, Cynthia. Thank you. You're welcome. Power of 3 and 333 coming in a lot today. Yeah, three. They've been with me my whole entire life. Nail on the head for me. That's so powerful. Yeah, these things are dope. I love you too, Cuddy. I wear my shirt. That's my Cuddy. Tasha L. Carnegie, Drippin' Designs. If you guys are interested in any shirts, get at her. I'd love a card from you. Cynthia, I got you one. It's back up there. Overview, lyrics. People also search for, yeah. I got pleasure. She called me Diamond on the weekends. I love you. I'll look it up. I'm not sure. Wow, I love you. I love you so much. Can I get a card next, Cuddy? Yes. Yes. Life is supposed to be good for me. That was the main message for everybody today, is life is supposed to be good for me. That is your strongest message to you. That is our strongest message to you. Life is supposed to be good for you. Do your best to find the best and positive aspects that surround you. Look for things to appreciate, even if there aren't that many. Look for things to feel good about. Give your attention as best you can to the best that are going on in your experience, with the determination to train yourself into the best feeling vibration that you can find right here and right now. And that's what's so great about this 1111 portal. It's like you really do want to be thinking the best. You really do want to be putting out the best. You really do want to be, trying your best, or setting your piece your best, or setting your way your best. Hi, sister. Hi, love. Parippy. I asked twice, I think. I gave you some. I love you, girl. Love you, sis. Oh, shoot. Candy. I think I got you, Candy. Back in the back. Oh, wow. I think I did, because I remember saying, Candy, I have a cousin, Candy. Unless that was another Candy. That'd be crazy. No, that was you, love. I love you guys. I love you guys because we're all connected. I love you guys because we really are all God, and we really are all creating our experience, and it really is all so fucking unique, and there are people that really do understand it, and there are people that really do get you. And right now the world is changing. And, I don't really watch what they put on the news and what they say in the streets and whatever. I'm just tuned into me. I just tune into me, and I trust that. And it's different than what they taught you. You are powerful. You are a creator. You are connected to it all. You are connected to everybody. I love your shirt. Yes. Hashtag always think up. Hashtag Drippin' Designs. I love you guys. I really do. I fucking love you guys. I love you. I wish you a magical and powerful 1111 portal. I wish you every one of your heart's desires. I wish that you would know that it's normal, that it's going to take work to get there. That you are God, that every single thing, whether it's good or bad in your life, every single thing that's happening is because you're divine. You're masculine and feminine. Healing, both of those, whatever that means to you. It's expressing through your body. It's coming up. You need to get it out. 1111 Cuddy. Cuddy messages me all the time at 1111, and I fucking love her guts for that. I love it. 1111 has been coming up for me since I was just a young girl. I remember me and my girlfriend in high school talking about it and just not knowing what it meant and at anything. And it was such a journey. And then to get here where like all my friends talk about 1111, it's just like, wow. And that's God to me. God to me is in numbers and frequency and reflection and, mission and taking action on your mission, even though what it looks like isn't, seem normal, and you don't always fit in, and you don't always have, cheerleaders. You don't always have non-judgmental cheerleaders for the divine. That doesn't come up. It's not as normal as it needs to be yet, that we are master builders of our lives. We are building our lives by tearing down the new and rebuilding by a stronger, more solid foundation, taking out all the roots that didn't serve us, with love, nurturing, compassion. We can't just beat everybody into submission. So different from what they taught me. Trusting and listening to my divine self has been the most enlightening experience. It is, Cynthia. It truly is. And it is so different from what they teach you. Trusting and listening to your divine self is the most enlightening experience that you will ever have in your life. And it's not just for certain people. And it doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter what you came from. It doesn't matter what you have or don't have. It's in you. It's all in you. 1111 is it's all you. 1111 is it's you and you on your planet. It's unconditional love. It's loving people exactly how they are. Knowing that you're going to create what you feel in your heart moving forward. You know, unconditional love is not like what they taught us. You know, people have a really hard time loving unconditionally. And so find out in your life where you have a hard time loving someone unconditionally. Because normally, if you have a hard time loving them unconditionally, you need to come back to the balance within yourself. And that takes work in yourself. And that takes trust in yourself. And that takes stretching muscles that don't even exist. And expanding brains and you can't even see it, right? It's deep. It's different. It's not like they told you. It's not like they told you. You are okay. I know it's hectic. I know it's crazy. I know things come up, guys. I'm telling you, I'm real fucking life. I just lost my fucking ass. I just lost my whole ass. And the old me, thank God I've been doing this work, because I would have been like, whoa, I'm not supposed to be doing what I'm doing. Yeah, you know, that's absolutely right. But it was different. I got it. I received it this time. Very different. So when you work on yourself, expect these lessons to keep coming back for you, to see where you're at in your vibration. It's a test for you in your vibration, like a surprise test, like a pop quiz. Like, pop quiz, can you handle it? I lost my whole ass. I'm telling you, sis. I lost my whole fucking ass. I'm not even going to lie. Thinking I have to fucking learn more. Not trusting my goddamn self. I wasn't ready for that. It's Christmas time. Don't nobody have time to lose their ass. But I'm telling you what, when God's teaching you lessons, it's not always fucking rainbows and butterflies, man. Sometimes you lose your fucking ass. And I could have got the old me would have fucking, I don't know, I gave up probably. And now I feel stronger than ever. I feel like, you know, go ahead, take it, because you obviously need it more than me. I feel different about it. I feel abundant about it. I feel like because I did what I did and I cleared that pattern and I did that thing, that shit's going to come back to me tenfold. And I might message her and say, thank you. I feel you. There are people connected to these things, these lessons. And sometimes we fire off, and sometimes they fire off, and sometimes it's big, and then we have to fucking sometimes talk about it. And you don't always want to, and it doesn't always seem like it's received, and it doesn't seem like it's work, and sometimes it seems like friction, and what the fuck. And then you just get to this place where you're just like floating like on this wave, and it's just like, wow, everything was supposed to be that way. Getting to the highest and greatest version of yourself to where you believe that everything in your life is supposed to be good to you takes a lot of work. Thank you. Yeah, that's what's up. Yes, I can tell it's getting better every time. It fucking hurts, but I'm trying. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it hurts. Yes. And, you know, it hurts to know that we hurt ourselves. It hurts to know that we can't figure out where the hurt is to get to it. It hurts that, yeah, sometimes we have to be vulnerable and do things we normally wouldn't do, or say things we normally wouldn't say, or, you know, in taking full responsibility for things, sometimes that's like, fuck, man. When you take full responsibility, you can't shove that out. You have to, you know, you take full responsibility. It's like taking this thing and like putting it inside you and like taking full responsibility. I take full responsibility for this. Hell yeah. 100. I love you guys. I love you guys because we're all connected. I love you guys because for some reason, if you're watching me, I know you're doing something. I love you. I love you for going inside of you. I love you for learning about your energy body and energy and how that attracts and how that deflects, right? You know, twin flame, you know, a lot of people in the twin flame community, you know, their hearts are hurting real big. We just lost a really fucking super cool dude, and he was so amazing, you know, the way he opened his heart and shared his uniqueness with the world, right? And so a lot of twin flames are feeling that today. And, you know, a lot of you guys are feeling like, fuck, you know, what if I lose my twin flame and they're no longer here on the earth? You know, I think that that's a big thing that Joshua's helping with, is that it's not about like the looks of a relationship. It's about how you feel on the inside with it. It's how you feel about yourself on the inside. The flows and ebbs, the valleys and mountaintops, sis, the ride is wild, scary, beautiful, and more. Yeah. Yeah, you know, Joshua was the most beautiful soul. He's vegan and juicing, and he's homeless, and people are kicking him around all over the place. And, you know, yet and still, you know, the drugs, you know, numb the pain, and the drugs numb the hurt. And, you know, everyone's now, this addiction is coming up. And, you know, I've been working with addiction for a really long time. You know, addiction is a really big thing in my family, and it's an energy. And so whether you're addicted or you're like totally against addiction, no matter what, you know, it's affecting you, right? And so I've had family that was addicted, and then I swore that I would just never be addicted. And, you know, I'm talking about drugs in my personal life, but it could be anything. And either way, without being in a balanced perspective, either way of this addiction piece is really hard. And so, you know, if you are addicted, I want you to go love yourself. If you're affected by the addicted, and you'll never be addicted, I want you to go in and work on yourself, you know, because being addicted is just a way to numb the pain. It's just another way to put blame on, you know, on something else. And, you know, I lost a lot of great people who were addicted to things, and that didn't make them any less great. And I say lost a lot of people from this earth plane. And I think that that's going to be the one really cool thing that's going to happen with Joshua, is that so many people were connected to Joshua in such really cool ways. And I know he's going to come back and show you guys how it works. I know he's going to, you know, be on this earth plane. He probably is already working with some of you already, because you know his energy, and that's a comfortable thing. You know, when you're learning to work with the other side, you want to work with an energy that you know. And so we're working with things that people can't see. You know, it's not the same as what everybody said, you know. When you're creating your life, when you're helping to change the frequency from a really low frequency to a really high frequency, it's not all peaches and butterflies, you know. You can drink hot dogs and, you know, eat raw food. You know, you can do all kind of things different, however you do it. You can keep a foundation. You can, you know, float around. Girl, love you. I love you too. Such a sweet soul. Yes, he's still with us. Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, guys, I've been working hard in the background, putting together my program, putting together my thing in my special, unique way, and, you know, thinking about everybody that I love and how I can put in things that will help you all in any way that I could possibly do. Because, you know, this whole entire twin flame thing is about stepping into you. Stepping into who you really are as a soul, and your passion and what ignites you. And those things that ignite you are going to bring you this joy, happiness, and peace that no amount of money can compare to. No amount of things could compare to. When you're actually living out your heart's desires, it's this freedom. When you learn to feel through feelings out to the other end of freedom, you know, that's freedom. And, you know, it's not all about the things you see. There are a lot of things that we can't see that are working for the best, you know. And I know that you guys who knew Joshua and the work that he was doing, you know that that energy doesn't stop working. Like, that person didn't stop working. You know, everybody had this earthbound judgment, like, oh, you know, homeless people are lazy or whatever. Come on, man, that's the furthest thing from the truth. That was a busy soul doing a lot of work in places that nobody would dare to go or be. That's phenomenal. That's honorable. That's beautiful. That's inspirational. That's some star shit, man. That's crazy. That, you know, all this training and all this stuff that I did, and, you know, I kept trying to think so scientific or, you know, whatever, you know. And here's Josh out here just living. He did so much work here on earth and in spirit. His work isn't done. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There are some great things going on in this world. But, you know, that happened with him to shake a lot of people too, you know. A lot of people that are really close to me are really shook in different ways from this. And you know, it's everybody's so afraid of death that they don't live. You know, he went everywhere and ate good. Honorable, all-star, wizard shit. He did. Yeah. You know, and that's the thing. People get so hemmed up. You know, they get hemmed up on, you know, God is your sex. You know, God, you create. God, you know, these programs and these things. Everybody gets so caught up that they don't really get to live. You know, like if you didn't know, you know, go look at him. Look at his life. Look at his journey. Look at, you know, I was doing a meditation today and I was crying my head off. And, you know, look at his documentary that he left through Facebook of all of it. The beautiful, the crazy, the real. He was so real. Hey, love. I lost a great friend to his addictions a year ago today. Yeah, I've lost a lot of friends. I've lost over, you know, 100 people here in just my little area that I just really love. You know, them or their family or my family, or and then the people that are behind and how they hurt, and the kids. We just carry it on and carry it on and carry it on. You know, addiction is a big area that I, you know, have a passion to work in because it's affected my life. You know, addiction is an energy, a pattern. You know, and it's like you have these passions, and that's what I mean. You know, it wasn't always this passion of mine to help people in addiction. You know, a lot of times it was crying over the loss of them, or trying to, you know, love on the parents or the kids that were left behind from that. He taught me to trust the universe. Yeah, trust, faith, hope, legendary, absolutely. You know, and guys, I'm telling you, even, you know, if you don't really quite get it or know or whatever, you know, a little bit goes a long way. A little bit starts it. A little bit keeps it going. A little bit keeps plugging. Keep asking. Keep listening. Keep asking. Keep listening. All of it is for the good. And it doesn't always feel so good to be in the doo-doo. And sometimes you cry and you're excited for what's to come in the same time. And it's okay. And I love you. And get you some people to talk to about it, right? You know, if you feel a pull or a tug towards something, go try it. Learn to trust your intuition. Learn to trust yourself. Everything is within you. Everything is within you. I'm cheering you on to go within. I love you guys because we're all connected. Thank you, Alicia. Share this out to whoever you think might need it. I love you. I love you. I love you. One love.